Today we're going to talk about AppScaling installation. To begin, we want to cover a few of the prerequisites that require AppScaling to run. First of all and foremost are port settings or port openings in your system and in your firewall. The default for HTTP is 80. That can be 81, 82 if you have other pieces of software running on the same system using that port, then you'll naturally have to change that. The custom rule, you're looking at an AWS settings, so you actually have to open port 491. This is our default port that is required for AppScaling to run on. However, that can be changed to a different port number. You won't worry about RDP. This is simply here as part of the extract that I did. And if you're going to use secured socket layers, port 443 will also need to be opened. The next thing I want to make sure you're aware of is that if you're using a server-based system and it's just been installed and opened up, you're going to have to go to your security settings in your internet zone in IE. Scroll down to File Download and Enable. Remember, that's underneath Security Settings and Internet. This is required because you have to install Java on this box if it's not already pre-installed. So the next thing we're going to do is that you would have downloaded the AppScaling zip file. You've opened it up and you've extracted the setup application or AppScaling executable. We're going to click on that, and what appears is the select setup language. The default is English, although you can change the language to one of different ones. We're going to leave it alone and leave it set to English and click OK. As it goes through the process, you'll notice it says Java is not available on this system. It's important to understand that although Java is installed, it does not necessarily have to be the latest version. I believe the latest version is 8.101. It can be a much earlier version. If it is going to be an earlier version, our recommendation is that it's pre-installed before you attempt to run the setup for AppScaling. In our case, we don't have Java installed, so would we like to install it now? The answer to that is yes. So you see the browser opens up, it shows us the Java page, goes directly to it, and we're going to click on the free Java download. This then pops open another page and says agree and start free download. We click that, and then we click the run button. And here appears the Java setup welcome window. You can change the destination folder, although we do recommend that you keep it exactly as it is, and then you click install. You're going to want to move this window out of the way because the Java window appears behind it. So it starts out with get the best of the web with Yahoo. We recommend you do not choose the recommended setting and do not update browser settings. Click next. You'll see the status is installing Java. And there you have it. It's that simple. We're going to click close, and another window is going to open up. We can go ahead and close this one, and this one is simply to verify the fact that Java has been installed. You'll click this. and you should see, congratulations, you have the recommended Java installed version 8 update. And it might be 101. At a later point in time, that number will increase. So at this juncture, you can close this window completely. We're all done, and Java has been installed. The app scaling process does not pick up from where it left off, so you need to restart the setup process. Once again, you click Setup, Setup Language, default to English, and click OK. This opens up the App Scaling Setup Wizard. You'll click Next here. You accept the license agreement. If you don't accept it, you can't install it. You'll click Next. And here's where you can change a few of the port numbers. If port 80 is already in use, you can change that to 81 or 82 or whichever port you want the HTTP portion or the process of app scaling to run on. Likewise with 443 for HTTPS. You'll notice on the right side here it says Disable HTTP Built-in Web Server. We recommend you leave the setting exactly as is. We've developed our own web server, so we don't use Apache, we don't use IIS. Although they are options and they can be used, we use our own because of how much the security has improved on our own version. It's far less likely to be hacked. So leave this set as use the built-in HTTP web server and click Next. We come to one more screen that says click Install to continue with the installation. We're going to go ahead and click Install. We're finishing up the installation. App scaling has been installed. And now you'll notice on the left side we have the admin tool. We have the portable client configuration. And yes, I want to restart the computer now. You simply click Finish, and the computer restarts. And that concludes the app scaling installation process. Remember, app scaling is not just another solution, it's the only solution. Thank you.